All right, YouTube, we're going to get right into it. Let me kick it off by saying Paulie Malignaggi won the fight. In my opinion, I had it a draw, okay? And it seems like a lot of these MMA fans are using this particular fight to make the claim that MMA is better than boxing, okay? I mean, how can you take one fight against a scarred up, brittle-handed 38-year-old Paulie Malignaggi, which is a commentator for Showtime, to say, yeah, MMA is better than boxing? I mean, totally ridiculous. But look, shout out to Paulie. A lot of people are giving him hell, and I know what it takes to get in there and do what he did. So it takes a lot of balls to do what he did. So shout out to him. But anyway, so Gennady Golovkin. Okay, to the Gennady Golovkin fans, here we go. I had to go back, take a second look, because unlike a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of press people, a lot of writers, whatever out there in the public, when you guys tell me I got it wrong, I wanna see, did I get it wrong? Because on fight night, I said I was not impressed with Gennady Golovkin. In fact, I took it a step further. I said any top three will beat Gennady Golovkin. Billy Joe Saunders, Daniel Jacobs, possibly a Demetrius Andrade, and definitely a Canelo Alvarez, okay? But did I get it wrong? Did I get it wrong? And yes, I understand he was out of the ring for like 9 months, new coach, new strength and conditioning coach, basically surrounded by new faces, some familiar faces, but ultimately he's rebuilt his entire team and, had somewhat of an uncomfortable camp, and the fight was at a catchweight. So, there's a ton of factors to take into consideration, okay? So I just want to, in case you don't know, I just want you guys to keep that in mind, okay? In the pre-fight build-up videos, I said, I want to see the new, improved Gennady Golovkin. That's how they built this fight. They campaigned on the new coach, the new and improved Gennady Golovkin. Look, most of you, like myself, watched the fight on fight night to see the new Golovkin, right? You knew he was going to win. We all knew he was going to win, but we wanted to see how he was going to win. So, like I said, I wanted to see the crisp jab. I wanted to see the head movement, the body work, the improved defense, the combinations, the footwork, the activity. And question, how many punches does Gennady Golovkin average per round? Take the last 4 fights. Say, it's typically 40-something to 50 punches per round. So I wanted to see that activity rate. Was he as active or on the decline? And I believe he was as active. So, okay, that's definitely a positive step in the right direction. So, I wanted to see if the body work was there, cutting off the ring, the pressure. I mean, Gennady Golovkin puts you in a pressure cooker. So that's exactly what I was looking for. So now right? What I was looking for. So I just wanted to explain what I was looking for, basically. And on a side note, did anyone notice the judges on fight night, right? Look, here's the thing. Does anyone notice anytime there is a golden boy fight, especially Gennady Golovkin, Canelo, you have a certain set of judges. And the Rolls fight, I get it. It was in a different, venue. You had McNair, Joseph Pascal, Robin Taylor. I mean, what would happen if you had those 3 particular judges like judging a Vegas fight? Just a side note, I don't know. It just seems like there's a reason Canelo wants to fight in Vegas. So anyway, let's get to it. Round 1, okay, I was specifically looking for head movement, footwork, fundamentals, and everything else Triple G should be doing. And to be honest, I noticed a little more, the second time around than from when I originally watched the fight, okay? And again, of course, I was doing my best to count punches so I could compare the activity rate, because activity is important to me. So, Gennady Golovkin going to the body. He was slipping punches. He was pulling punches. He was catching punches. He was throwing punches around the guard, especially the left hook. Okay, he was throwing, 2 and 3 punch combination. So it definitely, it was definitely better the second time around, okay, for me when I watched it, right? And I do think he looked a lot better the second time I watched it, but I could see the struggle in the transformation, meaning I could see Gennady Golovkin trying to do what he learned under Jonathan Banks and bring it to the ring on fight night. So it was almost like he was trying to relearn how to box, and you could see that awkwardness going on. New trainer, new coach. I mean, they say even Roy Jones said it takes 2 or 3 fights fights until you can, really see like a comfortable change in a fighter, and it's very, very true. But maybe, I don't know. And then another thing, one thing, I still don't like the heavy breathing, okay? The fact that Triple G always looks tired early in the fight, I don't like that. But, then I thought, well, maybe that's just how he looks, right? But I still question, can he go a full 12 rounds, with a prime, fast-paced Canelo or a top 3? Because he seems to be and I know a lot of you guys say, look, that's how he's always done that or whatever, but I've noticed it seems like he has a lot of trouble breathing now, the cardio. So, and I'm not trying to take away from what I just said. I think he looked a lot better the second time I watched the fight, but boxing is a cardio-first sport, okay? You guys know, again, a cardio-first sport, meaning your breathing is everything. I mean, that's the first thing they teach you in boxing, the jab and how to breathe, the jab and how to breathe. In through the mouth, you hear boxers like hiss when they punch. I mean, there's a reason for that. So I don't like how you can see his mouth open. He's gasping for air round 2, round 3. I don't like it. So, but anyway, let's get into round 2. And look, I'm not going to make each round too long. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it forever. I'm trying to make this quick, so I'm just pointing out, what I feel is important, although I could probably talk about this shit for like 30 minutes, like per round, But anyway, going into round 2. Okay, this is when Rolls throws the right hand and lands a really hard left hand snapping punch. It like snapped Triple G's head back. But I like the way Golovkin responded. I mean, Triple G has a great chin, but eventually he's going to get caught and go down if he continues to take punches like that. I mean, I understand it's boxing. You're going to get hit, but you shouldn't be getting hit when it's unnecessary to get hit. He basically shrugged it off, right? Because he's got a great chin. Went into the turtle shell defense, and then they both traded body shots, and I feel like Gennady Golovkin got the best of it after he got caught with that punch. So again, I was a little more impressed the second time around because he got caught with the hard shot you're looking at right now, goes into the turtle shell, then he works the body, and he didn't really seem phased, right? He didn't seem to be hurt, by the landed punches, and we all know Triple G isn't afraid to get hit. He's not afraid to take one to give one, but I would like to see him work, or I would like to see them work on that a little bit more in the gym, okay? And I'm sure they will, but regardless, it wasn't as dramatic watching it the second time or the third time as it was the first time, okay? So I guess I was a little bit nervous, like for Gennady Golovkin, right? I was a little bit nervous, so I just don't like seeing Gennady Golovkin getting hit like that, but I don't think it had any real effect on him. I even said during my original video, I thought he was in trouble. I was like, man, I'm a little bit worried about Gennady Golovkin. He keeps getting hit. Like, damn, is he going to go down? But looking at it again, I don't think he was in any kind of trouble. I just don't like him getting hit like that. But like I said, he handled it well, and I think in the end, I don't know, he didn't retreat from the pocket. He basically stayed in the pocket, meaning he was unfazed by it. So, I don't know. It's not like he got on his bicycle like Canelo, right? We didn't see Gennady Golovkin on his bike, shout out Canelo fans. So it wasn't that bad, going back and watching it. So, and I also want to point out, Rolls landed a pretty good left hook in round 2 also, a really good left hook in round 2. So anyway, going into round 3, I noticed Triple G was picking up the pace, right? I think this is when he finally kind of settled in. I think he shook off the cobwebs, kind of got into that comfort zone, basically came alive, right? This is what I wanted to see from the opening bell, okay? From the opening bell, I wanted to see this aggressive, head-hunting, pressure-cooking Golovkin that we all know him to be. So maybe it was ring rust, maybe, I don't know, maybe Golovkin just wanted to fill out his opponent for a couple of rounds, but, or being the veteran that he is, right? But again, he looked a lot better after watching it a second and third time. Round 3. Okay, Golovkin, I'm thinking back. I know he was boxing very well, throwing combinations. He seemed to be putting a little more power on his shots, and I could see, a shift in demeanor, right? And it's like, I don't know, I could just see him changing, kind of like evolving back into that old Golovkin, and that's what I wanted to see. And he did that in round 3. But I will say round 3, at the 1 minute mark, Rolls landed a hard-ass right hand. Go back and round 3, 1 minute mark, and you'll see. But Gennady Golovkin shrugged it off and kept coming forward. I mean, the dude has like a granite chin, So again, he's just getting hit a little bit too much for me, but it didn't seem to bother him like whatsoever. And I can't stress this enough. I can't explain this enough. Most of my criticism from the original time I watched the fight was the fact that he was getting hit too much, in my opinion. And the breathing. I didn't like the breathing. I didn't like he was getting hit by punches that he should not have been getting hit like. So, you know, I don't know. I felt like a better quality opponent could possibly hurt Gennady Golovkin if he's going to get hit like that in every damn fight. I mean, they really, really need to work on that. I understand you're going to get hit in a boxing match, but if you look at the shots he got hit by, it was punches that he shouldn't have been hit by. Okay, so there is a difference. So that's my only criticism, real criticism, the breathing and getting hit by punches he shouldn't be getting hit by. You know, so from my original video, I'm going to carry that criticism over to the second video, okay? And look, I was ringside at the Jaime Munguia fight. I said the same damn thing. Jaime Munguia was getting hit with unnecessary punches, and all of these Jaime Munguia fights, they're all getting pissed off at me, but it's the damn truth, right? You know, so I don't know. Once again, but let's move on. Once again, Triple G showing, like I said, great body work, combinations, throwing punches around the guard, splitting the guard with the jab, you know, following it with the right hand. He just looked a lot better to me after I went back and watched it again. You know, I think I was just really thrown off by him getting hit like that the first time I watched it. And I was focusing too hard on picking out the things or the new things he learned with Jonathan Banks. You know, I was just looking for all the new stuff. So I kind of had tunnel vision when I originally watched it, because I was like I said in the beginning, I wanted to see not if he was going to win, but how he was going to win. So that distracted me from watching the fight. So what the hell did that just say? Something flashed up on my screen. So I don't know. I'm going to wrap it up here soon. Anyway, also I want to mention that Triple G landed a left hand on the top of the head that I think disoriented Rolls before landing the knockout punch. So, but anyway, just to summarize, okay? Like I said, I was disappointed the first time I watched the fight, okay? But when I went back to rewatch it, I don't know, it didn't look as bad as I originally thought, okay? I did see some major improvement, but will it be enough to do what he needs to do in order to stay competitive against the fighters or the top fighters in the middleweight division, okay? So, and remember, this fight was at a catchweight, okay? It was at a catchweight. Originally, I think I had Golovkin on a 1 to 10. I gave him like a 4 or a 5, right? But going back and watching it again, I said like 7.5, okay? You know, which is what, like a B? I don't know, like B minus? I mean, originally it was like a D or an F, okay? But, so, yeah, you know, so overall, originally, I was concerned. I didn't like the heavy breathing. I didn't like him getting hit like that. But I will say I do find it kind of weird that he switched, you know, to a southpaw stance. And this is the knockout punch right here that you're looking at. He lands like this crazy left hand, and I thought that was odd too. And the fight was at a catchweight. So a few things that were weird to me. So look, I'm really looking forward to see what happens in the next fight. I mean, will it be, look, here's, at a minimum, it's going to be a title fight, at a minimum, okay? But I'm hoping, like you guys, I hope we get that Canelo trilogy in September. So we'll see. And based on that performance, okay, and be honest, based on that particular performance, do you think that Gennady Golovkin could actually beat a prime Canelo? I mean, what do you think? I'm really not convinced yet, to be honest. I mean, I want to see more. But what, you know, honestly, I think he should have one more fight, to be honest, under a new coach, under all the new, you know, atmosphere, whatever. I believe he should, you know, get in there with a quality opponent, you know, a Demetrius Saunders, even like a Billy Joe Saunders, right? Just someone, right? Daniel Jacobs would be a great test, okay? And then, you know, maybe early 2020 get into that Canelo trilogy. If I was his manager, trainer, whatever, match, that's exactly what I would do. So, I don't know, guys. I'm going to leave it at that. What do you think?